Let's go. All right, here is a story that happened to me on an LL flight. I sort of lost track of time, but this must have been 20, 30 years ago. Anyway, so when I'm on a flight to or from Israel, so I take out my tefillin and I go down the aisle and I ask people if they're Jewish and if they would like to put on tefillin. And the response is usually very positive, always very surprising, and happy. People are very happy to. And of course, who puts on tefillin? Non-religious Jews. The religious Jews already put on tefillin. So I'm catering to non-religious Jews. Okay, so I went, there's a lot of times Jews put on for the first time in their life. Sometimes the Jews put on the first time in their life. Russian Jews, especially the Jews. Okay, but this is a different story. I went down asking people to put on tefillin, and a couple of people did put on. And I asked one fellow if he wants to put on tefillin. I was about to ask him if he's Jewish, but he turned around, looked at me. He was like this typical sort of, you know, these like Polish sort of Jews. I guess they came out the Holocaust. Anyway, a stocky guy, no kippah on his head, no yarmulke on his head, sort of balding head. Maybe he was 50, 60. A stocky sort of fellow. His shirt was like open down to his stomach. Shirt was open, showing that he had this sort of manly chest, and he had a big chai hanging around his chest. A big, chai hanging on his chest. So I said, would you like to put on tefillin? I said, hello, shalom, would you like to put on tefillin? So he looked up at me and he said, no, I'm not putting on tefillin. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to. I said, okay, you don't have to. So listen, after what I saw in the Holocaust, I made a vow, I'm never going to put on tefillin again. I'm never going to do it. And I saw in his eyes that he was remembering the things that he said. So that's a little bit too much for me. So I said, listen, okay. I just asked, I just asked. I understand 100%. God bless you. Okay. No problem. He said, I'm not going to do it. I saw terrible things. He said, you should know that I live in Chulon. You can ask this rabbi who I am. I give charity. I help everybody, but I'm not going to put on tefillin. No way. After the things that I saw in the Holocaust, I made a vow. I'm never going to put on tefillin. That's it. I'm not going to do it. I'm angry at God how he did it. I give charity. I do a lot of good deeds. You can even ask the rabbi. And he went over this a few times. So I said, okay, listen, I have no idea what you went through in the Holocaust. And I know that I probably wouldn't have lasted even 1 second there. So, I appreciate you and God bless you and 100%. And, it could be that if I went through it, I also wouldn't put on tefillin. And we shook hands. He said, okay, no hard feelings, right? No, I said, definitely not. No hard feelings whatsoever. Shook his hands. I'm not going to put on tefillin. Good. Okay, so I continued. I don't know what type of an LL flight this was, or even if it was LL, but there was like this big space in the front. Like maybe they were sort of debating if they should put one chair there, seat or not. But anyway, they didn't. So it was this one space. So I asked these people sitting in the front. They were sitting in the front line. I said, would you like to put on tefillin? So the man said, no, not going to put on. So his wife said, come on, why don't you put on tefillin? So he said, I'm not putting on. Leave me alone. She said, oh, come on, this fellow, look at this nice man. He came and he's asking to put on tefillin. So I sort of joined in. I said, yeah, I came all the way from Israel just for you, put on tefillin. It doesn't cost anything. It's free, and God is, the Jews have been doing it for thousands of years. And his wife is nudging him. So he said, okay, all right, I'll put on tefillin. So he put on the tefillin. And his wife explains to me, we went through the Holocaust. And my husband, he's a little bit bitter. But I told him to forget about it. Let's put on some, it's good. So he put on tefillin. He said, okay, put on. So she said, why don't you put on tefillin on Jake? And Jake said, who's Jake? Jake all of a sudden, who comes all of a sudden? So comes along the guy who was before, who said he didn't want to put on tefillin. No way. So he sees me talking to these people, and he sees his friend put on tefillin because he had to stand up. So he put on tefillin, and he says, a traitor. He put on tefillin. They went. He said, "Oh, here's Jake. We went through the camps together." So Jake said, "I'm not putting on tefillin." So I said, "Okay, you don't have to." So she said, "Oh, come on." She went through the same. Come on. Sam put on. You can put on. Sam put on. I don't want to put on. I saw the things of the Holocaust. I'm not going to put on. She said, "Oh, we saw the same things that you saw. What do you come on? Put on the film. What are you talking about? So anyway, so he's thinking. He said, "Okay." So I put a kippah on him. I did it quick as I could, and I put on the tefillin. And he said, "Shema Yisrael." He started to cry. But they didn't cry at all. They were used to it. They've been crying for who knows 20 years or whatever. They weren't even crying. So he's weeping and crying. So he took off the tefillin and Shema Yisrael. I said, "Okay, now you just made a bar mitzvah. We have to dance. We got to dance. This is the cheapest bar mitzvah that there's ever been. Let's dance." So we stood up. We said, "Am Yisrael, Chai Am Yisrael," and we danced. We danced together. Not with his wife. His wife did not dance with us. I said, so she even said something like, "I'll dance in the women's section." Anyway, she made some sort of a comment, and we danced. So that shows that every Jew, the Shema Yisrael inside of every Jew, no matter what we saw, no matter what we went through, can never be destroyed. Have a good day with Mashiach. Now, God willing, tomorrow we'll have a class 8:15 in the morning. Hope to see you all.
Hopefully 2 classes.
Maybe 3. We'll see. Shalom.
Okay.
It's one big class.
Hopefully